I'm going to introduce the rehabilitation process in detail in this video. The injury brought me through the path of surgeries and long rehabilitation journey. First of all, let's have a basic understanding of my injury, Lisfranc injury. The Lisfranc complex is located around the rest circle, and the bones here are held in place by ligaments. These joints are critical in stabilizing the arch and in walking. Under X-ray, the gap between the joints indicates injury's occurrence. The surgical treatment to this injury is internal fixation, in which bone nails are affixed to relocate the bones at their correct positions. What will happen if I don't cure the injury? Not curing Lisfranc injury results in chronic pain, functional loss, and disability from bearing weight on the injured foot. How did it go from this to this? After the second surgery, the bone nails were removed. I went to a physical therapy center my doctor suggested to me. It offers a higher level rehabilitation program compared with the hospital ones. My physiotherapist started with checking my walking posture and helped me with reducing the lips. Then he taught me to loosen the joints around where the bone nails were located so I could control and move them more easily. The first few exercises focused on balancing on the leg with injured foot, finding the muscles underneath the arch and core muscles back. At the end of the first lesson, my physiotherapist introduced me to a machine that enhances blood circulation in both legs, which also helps muscles to function. The first major obstacle was going down the stairs. I needed to repeatedly do the move that bends the ankle in order to correctly and safely walk down the stairs. While I continued to practice the basics, the next few weeks of exercises focused on sustainability. And, as mentioned before, self-practicing is crucial to the rehabilitation process, so I started practicing walking down the stairs slowly at home. I also went to the Taipei Zoo to practice walking and sustainability of the muscles underneath my arch. At the time, my walking posture improved a lot, but was still limping. While sustainability training became the new daily routine, 3 months of wheelchair life made my entire left leg lose some of its original strength. So I was introduced to single leg bridge posture and forward jumps. To quicker train my sustainability and strength, the physiotherapist encouraged me to jog, swim, and play other sports like badminton. At first, it felt weird because I still had the issue of unequal applied force to both legs, so it was kind of like limping jogging. But I found that jogging actually reduced the limps. Sometimes after the tiring jogging, I would play badminton with my dad to train the agility back. The next few times going back to the physical therapy center, the physiotherapist started to train my foot muscle stability. From this point onward, the exercises became harder and harder to achieve perfectness. As soon as the government loosened the COVID restriction, I went swimming on the first early morning. Multiple swimming trips enhanced my physical endurance a lot. Back at the physical therapy center, the physiotherapist started to train me doing some exercises like tiptoeing. Also, he asked me to do the trot to check the difference in applied force to both legs and further helped me to improve it. Core muscles are essential to ballet moves. This opened my curiosity in my current circumstance of doing ballet moves without bars, so I tried a plie after my jogging routine. I was a bit scared at first, but then it went great. I was surprisingly able to control the squat. The next set of exercises focus on stability and control when only toes are on the ground. In addition, explosiveness was trained as well. The most obvious obstacle at the time was standing on toes only, so constant training was required. The physiotherapist carefully observed me doing exercises and told me to be aware of lifting up the arch while putting force on the foot. The next time I did trots, I found the applied force to both legs became more alike, so I continued to do anything I could, like jumps, swimming, and other exercises possible to keep on improving. Near the end of the rehabilitation process, the physiotherapist continued to train my stability and control, not only about the injured foot itself, but also the entire leg and body. And of course, there are times when things don't go the way you want, but perseverance is the key to success, so I kept on practicing until I'm satisfied with my performance. The very last few exercises are jumps that land on the injured foot. It was quite hard at first, more mentally intimidating though, but after a few tries, I was getting used to the feeling. After a few days of resting, I had my first ballet lesson for the past 9 months. I did not start with in-person classes, but the online classes that were pre-recorded for the previous COVID prevention circumstance. I was so happy to be in touch with ballet again. Although seizing 9 months seemed to be quite too long, I thought to take the time. There should be no rush. I've seen many dancers rushing back to dance after injury, which often results in injuring again. Shortly after the first 2 sets of ballet with bars, my injured foot started to be sore, so I stopped and massaged the sore parts and went back to finish the lessons after the rest. Near the end of the lesson, it felt like my left foot couldn't bear my body weight anymore, yet I did finish the lesson at the end. I went back to the ballet studio and had a private lesson with my teacher. The situation improved a lot. Roughly after 5 to 6 combos, my foot then started to be sore. After the lesson, I decided to still participate in the first cycling training. I went back to the physiotherapist. He taught me tips to relax the bottom foot muscle and trained me with the demi-point, or so-called releve in ballet terminology. Then the second cycling training took place. I haven't been using my thigh muscle for such a long period of time in a while, so I felt a lot of pain. I relaxed my thigh muscles the night after the training so I could still go on with my daily exercise routine. A few weeks after the cycling training, I went back to the studio to take the second in-person class. This time, my situation improved a lot. Not much pain occurred during and after the lesson. I could finally take a 1.5-hour ballet lesson as before. The first and most important thing I've learned from this process is to take your time. There's no rush and shouldn't be. Although I couldn't say time cures the injury itself, enough resting and waiting is crucial to the rehabilitation. The second thing is to dare to do any sports you like, as long as the doctor or physiotherapist allows you to do them. These sports help you to find back your physical endurance, strength, and sustainability altogether. Just remember to train the muscles, then relax the muscles to effectively build them back. When I started getting back dancing and taking an entire lesson, though my foot sores a lot, I enjoyed it. Not because the result is easy to reach, not at all, but the joy of going back to the normal Catherine me and all my friends, family have known is the one and only reason of all. It is the moment when I finally walked out from the sorrow behind the injury. Lastly, I want to shout out to all the dancers out there. All injuries shall be looked upon in serious manner, treated with professional supervision. I understand in the moments we all wish it didn't happen or there is a cure that magically undoes the injury, but that's not how it works. The key to success recovery is persistence and patience. It will walk you out of the injury from inside and out.